Okay, hi guys, and welcome to week 7 of the Terminology Mindfulness 8-week course. So we're actually getting pretty close to the end now, and which means there's only one more session to go after this one. And so I really hope this has been as beneficial to you as possible. I know that not all of you could have made every single session, but obviously you've been able to listen to it because I put it on Facebook afterwards and it's online, so that's good. But we still have one more week to go, so let's get today's one started. And the topic for today's session is, as you can read on the screen, is how to best take care of yourself. So we are going to start with some mindful movement in this next meditation. Actually, Timothy, do you think you could turn your sound off? And then I'll say when to turn it on, just because otherwise it'll disturb everyone, because it's a bit of it. Okay, brilliant. Sound is off. Okay, so starting with some mindful movement in this meditation. It's guided thing. So just, first of all, just check in with your body and just see how you're feeling. Now, for this meditation, you can either sit or stand. And ideally, standing, you've normally been sitting down, so standing would probably be quite a good way to do this, but just be aware of your body and how it is feeling, however you are positioned right now. And if your body is obviously feeling fit and healthy, and if you're happy to stand, just gently position yourself upright and just notice the sensations of all your body as you feel the weight from the top of your body, down your legs, through to your feet, and then obviously your upper body, so gently resting itself on top of your legs. So first of all, guys, just take a deep breath in through your nose and just envision the air you've just inhaled making its way down through your body, past your lungs, into your belly, just slowly dissipating itself all over your vital organs while spreading love and happiness alongside its life-giving effects. Now, if you're all standing, first of all, I just want you to gently move your arms outwards, just to form a T shape. And just notice the sensations in your arms as you do that. And obviously remembering the underlying attitude of mindfulness and that it's self-loving and self-kindness to yourself. So if your body won't stretch that far or it doesn't allow you or it hurts a bit, just feel what's best for you and just mindfully allow you to reach whichever position is possible to become aware of yourself and the movements. And just choosing what the right thing is for you to do today. And when you're ready, just slowly lifting your arms up so that they're directly above you. Just with your hands touching each other, so almost clasping them in front of you. And just feel the stretch from around your shoulders, all the way up through your arms, up to your hands. So with your hands above your head, just take a deep breath in. Then as you breathe out, just slowly allow your arms to go down, just forming the T shape again, before then slowly dropping it down to your sides and just resting alongside your body. And just notice how it feels after you've done that stretch. How are your arms feeling, your shoulders, your body. And sticking with your shoulders, just lift your shoulders up for a moment and just squeeze them inwards and towards each other. And then just release them, and just allow them to slowly drop. Just repeating this again, just lift your shoulders up, both sides for a moment. Squeeze them inwards towards each other. And then just allow them to slowly drop. Now just picking whichever shoulder, just rotate it in whichever direction you want. And just cultivate an awareness of your body. And just stick to a pace which is right for you, and feels appropriate. And just roll it just slowly and gently. Then move, slowly desist from that shoulder and move over to the opposite shoulder. Just change directions, keep to the same direction you were rolling, but just roll your shoulder again. Just cultivating awareness for that part of your body and that side of your body. Again, at a pace that feels appropriate for you. Now just feeling the sensations from your shoulders, from your arms. Now just bring your left hand in front of you and just shake your left hand. And then clench it and then open it. Just slowly clench it and then open it. Then as you clench that one again, just move over to your right hand. Just open it out fully. Then clench it again. And open it out fully. And then clench it again. Now, assuming you're all standing, and if not, just while sitting down, you can do this. But if you're standing, just put all your weight on your left foot. And then just rotate your right foot in whichever direction you want. Just very slowly, sort of observing the sensations from your foot, up your shin, up to your knee. And then in your own time, just place your right foot down. And then move your weight across onto the right foot while you lift your left foot. And again, just rotate it whichever direction works for you. Just feeling the sensations from your foot going up to your knee and your whole leg. Then when you're ready, just slowly put both feet on the ground. Feet hip width apart. Now just gently allow your hands to rise up so that they are above your head. And now just imagine that your hands are a scanner and that you are scanning your body. So with your hands where they are right now, at your forehead, just imagine they're scanning your forehead. Don't touch your forehead. Keep about a couple of centimeters away from it. And just feel the sensations that are coming from your forehead onto your hands. Do you feel a heat? Do you feel vibrations? How does it feel? So from your forehead and feeling sensations, just slowly bring it down over your eyes. Are your eyes closed or are they open? Just try closing them now, if you haven't, if they weren't already. And just feel the sensation, the palms of your hands, just very close to your eyes. How do they feel? How does it feel? What sensations are you getting? You're getting a warmth coming from your eyes, from your forehead, from your head. Do you feel some sort of vibration? Do you feel a buzzing? How does it feel? Just so from your eyes, just move your hands just around your nose. Just feel a sense of mindful awareness. Now bring your scanning hands past your mouth. And as they're around your mouth, just smile. Just smile the bigger smile you smiled today. And just smiling makes you feel happy. It has the amazing effect of just bringing happiness into you. Just keep smiling. How does it feel? How are you feeling? Just ask yourself this. Observe yourself. Observe your feelings, your thoughts. Now from your mouth, scan around your jaw. Just slowly from your jaw, scan your neck. Just feeling the warmth of awareness. And then go to the sides of your neck. Hand either side, just feeling which side has more heat, which side is emanating more sort of vibrations. Now put your hands over your shoulders, just breathing in deeply. And just notice any sense of release as you breathe out and let go. Now using your right hand, just slowly scan the length of your left arm. Just slowly, as you reach the elbow, and further to your wrist, and to your hands. As you bring it back, just now use your left hand and just slowly scan all the way down your right arm, just hovering over the elbow as you get to the fingers, the arms, the hands. How does it feel? How do these sensations feel for you? Now using both your hands again, just hold them in front of your chest for a while. And just feel a mindful awareness just through your organs all the way to your back. And just feel a sense of warmth. Just carry on hovering around your chest and then just go down to the mid part of your torso, just towards the base of your rib cage, into your belly. And just holding your hands in front of it. Just meeting it with just a kindly awareness, just noticing how your body feels, what sensations and what vibrations you're getting from the body into your hands, and the way your hands are feeling, the warmth. Now just take one of your hands and just place it over your heart. And in the other hand, place it on your belly. And just notice how that feels. Just notice your hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Just slowly cultivating a compassionate seed of kindness with your hand over your heart. Just a source of resilience and happiness for you. So how does it feel to gently scan your heart and the feeling of warmth? And even if you can't feel an effect of your heart, because some people don't, just the very act of compassionately giving it your warmth and attention will just be allowing it to find peace within itself. So just gently move your hand away from your heart, down to your hips, and then to your pelvis. just to the upper parts of your legs and knees, and continuing down to your lower parts of your legs, and then eventually your feet. And as you become aware of these parts of your body, just noticing maybe a tingling feeling or some sensation of warmth or nothing at all, because whatever you feel is absolutely fine. Just notice the love that you are giving to yourself, and your body will thank you for it. Now bring your hands back up to your sort of top of your leg area, your lap, and just find yourself somewhere to sit down or lie down now. Just sit or lie, however your body feels right now, or just maybe a combination of both. Maybe leaning against the chair, your body more laid out. And as you assume this new position, just notice how your body feels after cultivating this gentle awareness to your body. Just ask yourself, tell yourself, how does it feel? Think within yourself. Just notice all the sensations, all the feelings. Depending on how your day's been, maybe you're very rested and focused, or maybe your mind has been very busy and moved around a lot. And whatever you have brought to this meditation, just allow it to be, and then just give it a little time to just settle. Just one approach to help when you're exploring your mind is to just notice what happens when you really closely listen to my voice. So as I'm saying these words, just notice the spaces between the words that I am saying. And when you listen to both my voice, my words, and the spaces, you just may notice that there is a gap in between the silence. And that silence is also the silence in your mind. So one approach you can take as you engage in this meditation is not just to listen to your thoughts, but to also notice the gap and the silence between the sounds and between your thoughts. While you're doing that, just take one deep breath in through your nose. Just focusing on your thoughts, my words, or the gaps between each word and the silence. As you breathe in again, then as you breathe out. So let's gently invite the sensations of your body into awareness. The sensations of the weight of your body on the chair or on the floor or however you are now positioned. Just starting with the basic present moment awareness, just gently feeling a sensation in your body without too much effort. Just get a sense of inviting and allowing whatever sensations you've brought to this session. Just feel free to relax any tensions or tight sensations. And you may notice that once one part of your body starts to relax, it actually just begins to spread. Allow the next part next to it to spread. And throughout your whole body, you'll just all slowly invigorating a sort of relaxed mode. If you just happen to be feeling sleepy or
fall asleep right now, that's absolutely fine. Your body knows what it needs to do. Once you slept a little, you wake up to be more mindful. That's just the best approach. Just allow your body to feel itself, to work its way, and just observe how it's being. Just bring this attitude of just letting things be. With that, now you've been in this posture for a while, you may need to adjust it now in order just to make this whole process easier and more comfortable for you. Now just notice what residual sensations are present in your body. How much mindfulness can you bring to that sensation? Just gently approaching it with awareness. Just does it grow or does it release? Just feeling it together with your gentle breathing. What effect does it have? As you breathe in, the sensation. As you breathe out, just focusing on whatever part of the body you're on. How does it make it feel? Just see if you can be content with the sensation as it is. Just investigate it. And then find some kindness, compassion down that way. You may find an ache or a tenderness because your body has been working so hard. If you do, now's the time for it to give back to it as you gently give your body the warmth and compassion and love that it so duly needs. And now, as you become perhaps a little more still, one of the more significant sensations may be the movement of your breath. If so, just noticing your breathing, just inviting your breath to your awareness. Observing the body breathing rather than you doing the breathing. And if that doesn't feel right, maybe just pretend today that it is your body doing the breathing and you are just watching it. And just see what happens. And as I've said before, the mind is very busy and wants to go off. That's absolutely fine. Just be kind to it. Make friends with it, because then it will make friends with you. So you're on the same page, on the same team. You're meditating together. Just allow it to do what it wants. Don't get angry with it. Don't get frustrated. Just let it be. And if the mind is very busy and wants to wander off a lot, it might not be very happy. So just give it some warmth and kindness and see if you can make it an affectionate breathing. Just feeling the whole duration of the in and out breath feeling and the spaces of the in and out breath again. Just breathing in. As you're breathing out. Now in these sort of final parts of this exercise, just continue to let go. Just not forcing yourself to be aware of anything in particular. Just maybe noticing your breath or the sounds around you, whatever arises, without any effort if you can. Because all our lives, we're always doing. And this is the opposite of that. Just non-doing, just being. Just making peace and being kind and gentle to whatever arises. Now, in the last minute or so of this practice, if you haven't been doing it yet, just experiment with holding a gentle smile on your face and then smiling into whatever experience that it is, and just being grateful for this experience that you're having and just alive with it. Just smile. Just slowly raise the sides of your mouth and allow the feeling of happiness along with a smile just to rush over you, just like a funny joke. And just let the smile indicate the warmth of the awareness you've been experimenting with. Just try it now. Just smile. Just make it smile. Just laugh. Give it a good grin and just see how it makes you smile, how it makes you feel. I have no jokes here. I'm smiling and I'm happy. It's great. So just do it. And that's not a force. It may have sounded forced, but it's not. Because I'm at one with myself. I love where I am. In fact, I can do this on my own. And hopefully you can too. Just know that the smiling and the happiness is just one way to just get to know and fulfill and love yourself. Now, just very gently, just notice how you are feeling right now. Just turn your attention to how your state of mind is, your emotion. Is it peaceful, calm, or relaxed? And if it is, just noticing the effects this attitude and the time you've had on this, and the sense that you've just been cultivating this feeling within you. And notice that you can repeat this meditation whenever you feel down, or whenever you feel you need to just pick yourself up. And conversely, if you haven't had a great experience, just don't be hard on yourself. Just know that you can always try this meditation again at another time, another point, where you can bring the warmth and loving sensations that might not have been with you today, but something which you will be able to bring later to cultivate into your sense of just happiness and well-being. So when you're ready, just begin to move your body. Move your shoulders from side to side. Just start rolling them around. Just wiggle your toes and your fingers. If you've been lying on the floor, maybe just rolling on your side before sort of getting up or sitting, getting onto a chair. And just reflecting how we felt from the body scan earlier, and then the choiceless awareness with your breath, and then the smiling. How did it feel? How did it all go? So how was that for you guys, Nikolai and Tamitha?
Can I start?
Yes, please do.
It was great experience. The smiling part amazed me because just the fake smile brings the real smile.
Yeah, exactly. As I was saying, and I know mine almost sounded like I was putting it on, but I genuinely wasn't. I felt this sort of warmth and happiness inside me, and it's a really good way to just, you can fake it and then it will make it, so to speak. Just push a smile on you, and then I think your body releases some form of chemicals into your bloodstream when you do make a smile, and you feel happier.
Yeah, Yep, and I felt my blood. If it's, I don't know, it's weird, but it's pumping through my veins. So some sort of chemical reaction, I suppose.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you felt it went very well for you, and if you ever feel that again, you'll be able to obviously go back to the link, which I'll send you tomorrow, and then just use it to bring sort of happiness and joy into your life when you are feeling down.
Yes, thank you. I think this is a game changer for me. In the real life, not just in the meditation, but in on a daily basis when I I feel stress, for instance.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, stress is, I mean, a big thing in which mindfulness helps people with stress, and it's just about obviously not just expecting it to go away by saying you do mindfulness, but you're having to observe yourself, and so looking at the stress, so look at the feelings when you obviously are experiencing a moment of sort of anxiety or stress. Just be with yourself. Just look at how you're feeling at the time, and don't try to push it away, which is why it gets bad for some people, because they will just try to either drink away their problems, or they'll just try to sort of put on loud music and just try to think that, or try to brush the thoughts away, which just means it just gets into another place, which means it will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So like with addiction, which I think we talked about earlier before the session, which I will try to talk to you about after this session. But it's about not pushing things away. It's about inviting them in and allowing them to just be. And with what we just did with that session, you didn't try to push anything away. You brought it to the forefront of your mind, and whatever you were thinking about, you allowed it to just be. And the very fact that you then smiled and it brought this emotion into your whole body and gave you, like you said, made your blood sort of go round, and feeling just these sentiments of just absolute joy. And I think that's amazing. So I'm very happy that it's been good for you, and I hope it will continue to be.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's good. And was it good for you, Tamitha, or would you like to?
Yeah, it was good. I think it took a while for my body to just settle down, and I like the idea of like noticing the space between the words or the space between the thoughts, rather than actually focusing on the words or the voice or whatever I was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
Just to like take the attention somewhere else for a change was actually quite interesting. Yeah, in the end I felt much more relaxed.
Good. And I think
I've walked a lot today. I've walked a great deal, and I felt a lot of tension in my calves, and it's still slightly there, but not to the degree it was, and my shoulders are really relaxed now as well. So that's places where I do tend to hold tension, and it's kind of melted away, most of it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I'm very pleased that it's sort of helped with obviously your body sort of tensions, as well as what's going on within your mind. So that's, yeah, it works very well.
My mind feels peaceful as well.
That's great. Right. So Phil says that he felt very nice. It was very soothing, and he's now feeling very sleepy now. And like I said at the end, Phil, if you do feel sleepy and you do want to sleep, that's your body. Allow what your body wants you to do. It's not a bad thing. And then obviously listen to it again if you feel like you've missed something, or just continue on feeling more refreshed and more mindful now that you have had a sleep. But obviously we shall move on to the next bit. But likewise, whenever or whatever, however any of you are feeling, just allow your body to sort of do what it wants to do. It's allowing it to just be. It's observing your body and just letting it do what it wants. So we're now moving on to daily activities. So I do have another screen, but I will just say this first and then put on the next screen. So daily activities, these have a very big impact on our well-being. So some can actually really enhance us, where others can actually bring us down. So what I'd like you all to do, if you, I'll give you a little bit of time to do it, is would you be able to get a pen and a paper over this time? So are you able to get a pen and paper, Nikolai?
Just a minute. Yeah.
Okay, right, I'll wait on you guys. Are we there?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Thank you.
Okay, and just check with Phil. Have you got? Yep, he's ready. Right. Okay, so I would, with your pen and paper, I would like you to just note down all the activities that generally you do in a day, from obviously whether you take the kids to school, you go to work, you have meetings, you exercise, and meditating. Obviously, put meditation in there. Eating, just watching television. Just the kind of things you do on a typical day, or maybe run down what you've done exactly today. Just checking emails, going on social media, maybe going to the pub, having lunch, having dinner. Just I'll give you a few minutes to just note these down. But they don't have to be in order. Just get it, yeah, just to get a general sense of what you do. But the main things you do, which you feel are a big part of your day. So just, I'll give you a little bit longer.
I'm ready as well.
Okay, all good? Are you there, Tamitha?
Yeah.
Okay, check with Phil. Okay, brilliant. So now you've written everything down. I want you to put an up arrow next to any activity that is uplifting for you, as in it gives you a sense of happiness, it makes you feel good, it makes you feel lighter, it just makes you smile. So an up arrow next to all of those. Then I want you to put a down arrow next to any activity that you feel is sort of depleting your energy and it makes you feel down and low. Any activity which sort of seeps the sort of life out of you. Well, not quite that bad, but any energy which doesn't exactly make you smile. Okay, so assuming you've all managed to do that. So first of all, just looking at your sheet of paper, just notice how you feel. How you feel observing what you put down. There may be a lot of up arrows and there may be a lot of down arrows. And just by looking at it, you need to ask yourself this question. Do you have a choice in these activities? And is there any way you can reduce the downward activities and change them around a bit so that they can be positive activities?
So can you reduce the downs and increase the ups? I mean, maybe, for example, I don't know, you might put watching TV and that could bring you down. So instead of watching TV, maybe phone a friend, or instead go to the kitchen and cook yourself something for tomorrow, or whatever. So with all of that in mind, I'd just like to hear sort of some of your thoughts on how this has gone. So if you're happy to talk, would you be happy to?
Yeah.
So first of all, was there a big difference between the ups and downs?
I have a lot more ups.
That's very good. That's good to hear.
So they were like virtually daily: meditate, yoga, stretching, work, music practice, singing, reading, walking, and then there's nature as well. And then I didn't have any actual down arrows, but I had some which had a straight line going vertically,
okay.
and then it had a point going up and a point going down, and it depends. So those were cooking, eating, communicating with friends, Facebook and stuff like that. Maybe watching Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV, but sometimes I do go on the internet and watch stuff. And housework, and they're the ones that it actually depends. So sometimes cooking will be an uplifting activity if I enjoy what I'm doing. If I feel like I'd rather not cook but I have to because I've got a child to feed, then it's not such an uplifting thing. And then eating, it depends what I eat, how I feel after I've eaten, or whether I enjoy eating it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I make things that I know my son will like, and it's not really what I want to eat.
But that's not enough to make it a down.
Huh?
That wouldn't be enough to make it a negative, would it? If you eat what you're saying.
It depends, yeah. Sometimes it does, because
Okay.
I put on quite a lot of weight after I had him, and there are things I would like to eat myself, but it's preparing 2 different meals.
Yeah.
You know? And if I've had a long day and then I've got to take him to activities or something, I come back, I'll make something, and we'll both end up having to eat it. And it's what he wants to eat, and it does him good, but it's not necessarily always doing me good. So I'd probably eat a lot more raw foods and different kinds of like really super healthy foods. So
yeah. Okay.
Where I'm short on time, that makes it that sometimes I think I'm not eating what's best for me, sort of thing. Communicating with friends, that could be an up or a down depending, you know, on what's going on with them or whatever, how the conversations go. Same thing, Facebook or watching Netflix, what I actually choose to watch.
Obviously, it depends on how you feel at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
there are a few
very,
like that.
I think it's very positive that. Sorry.
Housework, the same thing. Sometimes you feel really great, you've done everything's lovely and organised and spick and span, and other times it's like, do you know, I'd rather just relax, but I know I won't relax if I haven't done it.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to talk about things like housework. That's a mastery activity, which is something you ideally don't want to do, but you feel much better once you've done it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great that you are feeling like you have very few negatives, which is quite good. How about you, Nikolai?
Yeah, maybe I will repeat her statement, because my activities are pretty much close. So with yoga and meditation, up arrow, right? Work, I love my work. It's my hobby. So.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I love it. To connect with peeps like you, for instance, and later tonight I have another appointments with you guys. Talk to family and friends. It's tricky because sometimes it can be frustrating. Sometimes can be happy news. So it depends.
Yeah.
And most of all, smoking and drinking, arrow down. Yeah, I suppose it's my only issue, and that's it.
So in terms of the issue, because you say you're sort of mildly addicted to smoking. I don't know about drinking, but you say it's an issue. So do you put that as an up or a down?
Down, of course.
It's down, although you're still getting a positive effect from the initial sort of.
Because my body is used to it, so it feels relieved, I suppose, when I inhale from cigarette or I just drink beer.
Yeah.
So positive, there is nothing positive. It's just a habit.
Okay, that's good. And I'm guessing, Phil, you certainly the same with smoking. Would you say? Or did you have any specific negatives which might be occurring every day, which you would like to somehow try to remedy? So Phil says he had no work today. All my activities today were very uplifting. The only down today was the pharmacy not having my eye drops. Smoking was negative today too. Has food at the Chinese, which was uplifting too. Well, that's very good. It's good that you're all so positive about things, because a lot of people do find negatives, like big negatives, in obviously some of the things you found positive, others found negative. So obviously work, a lot of people don't appreciate work, so that would be a negative. Or driving kids to school, it's great, obviously they love their kids, they love the fact they've got kids, but the actual drive itself is a negative. And so when it comes to things like this, what you've got to do, you need to change your perspective on the activity. So if it is driving your kids to school, or it is watching television, maybe watching something quite sad, whatever, just change your perspective to know that it's fulfilling a purpose. Maybe not the television thing, but definitely driving the kids to school, which is obviously helping them all the while. And you could actually explore making one of these activities into a mindful activity. So instead of just buzzing along driving to school, you can mindfully drive to school. You can safely mindfully drive. It's not about closing your eyes and meditating. It's about observing, like we've been doing for the last 7 weeks. It's just observing your activities, you're observing yourself, noticing absolutely everything around you, and being much more aware of everything, which is actually just gives it adds sort of a vigor to it, which just makes it much more exciting and rewarding, I suppose. So just tune into your breathing as well, and just get a sense of letting go. So with all of these things, just letting go. And like with Nikolai was talking about with the smoking and the drinking, you just got to let it be and let it go. And just with that sense of letting go, just observe yourself as you conduct each activity, and just work out how you're feeling. And so, I mean, obviously you guys have done most of yours has been positive, so that's quite good. So obviously here's the list that I was going to say. So with the daily activities, obviously well-being, and at the end of, so I've talked about pleasurable and mastery activities. So pleasurable activity would be something like having a hot bath or a warm cup of tea, or just relaxing on your bed. Whereas a mastery activity, like I was chatting to Tamitha about, it's just something that we don't necessarily really want to do it, but we will feel much better when we have completed it, like washing your clothes or cleaning the house or mowing the lawn or just washing the dishes, etc. It's not exactly fun, but it needs to be done. And once it's done, you feel much more relieved and much happier, and just a sense of mastery as to see. Now, these mastery activities that we've been talking about can actually help with dealing with difficulties. And if you remember last week, I said that obviously I was going to give you some techniques to help with mind wandering and everything. So dealing with these difficulties, you need to use a 3-step breathing space plus an action step. And obviously the action step, wait, let's put this one there. So we have your difficulty, and then you do the 3-step breathing space, which for the last 7 weeks, it's been like in your home practice and doing the 3-step breathing space. But if you remember, 2 weeks ago, we did the breathing space plus the body sensations. Last week we did breathing space plus thoughts. And how, just dealing with activities. So, I know, put that one back. Now these mastery activities can help with dealing with difficulties. So this next part is all about how to handle the difficulties. And like I mentioned, we would get onto, like I said last week, this is the sort of crux, which hopefully a lot of you will be able to get something good out of this. So one simple and very powerful way to do this, and this is a technique that could be used, which effectively is of utmost importance and will help a lot of people. And any of you guys who deal with any of the issues from persistent negative thinking to addictive behaviors, like obviously Nikolai and Phil, you've talked about it. So what I would like you to do, basically, with all the sort of breathing techniques we've done for the last few weeks, I want you to go through the difficulty. First, I need you to do the breathing space, which is the ABC, which we did a few weeks ago. So if you remember, so obviously approach your difficulty and then ABC. So if you remember, A was for awareness of your thoughts and your feelings and your bodily sensations. B is for breathing and steadily observing each in and out breath. And C is for consciously expanding to feel your whole body and your whole breath. And then tuning into the present moment awareness. And then, once you've done your ABC, you need to choose an action step by asking this key question. And this is what you need to ask yourself, which is what this session is called. How do I best take care of myself? And once you've asked that question, you can either do something that gives you a sense of mastery. So, like obviously I was just talking about with Tamitha, washing the house, cleaning, going through maybe your email inbox, cleaning the house, etc. Or if that doesn't tickle your fancy, you do something that gives you some pleasure, some precious time that gives you the chance with yourself just to be warm and loving to yourself. Maybe have a hot bath or eat some chocolate or just take a well-needed rest. And I know this is quite controversial, but certainly for Phil and Nikolai, I know there's the addictive part of it, but smoking in itself isn't a bad thing. It's the addiction that's the bad thing. But if you are obviously easing away from the addiction, and I will try to give you a copy of my book, which explains that if you try to just stop full-heartedly, cut it out without anything else, that's a bad way of doing it. So you could use one cigarette, for example, every day or every other day, just as a sort of celebration that you are giving up, and as a sort of way of just giving yourself that extra little bit of pleasure, knowing that in 2 days' time you do it, and then it's just about slowly restricting it and restricting it. But that's something I will try to get a book to you so you can read all about the techniques there. So obviously we've got the pleasure, we've got the mastery, and then the final one, if you're in work, obviously you can't normally do something pleasurable because your boss might not really appreciate you donning a pair of slippers and then chillaxing on the client sofa. So this is what to do at work, is just act mindfully. So like I've taught you for the last 7 weeks about acting mindfully, it's about observing and being aware of yourself and aware of your body, maybe the colors around you, maybe when you're typing, just feeling your fingers on the keyboard or the sensations of your body, and just be really present to your experience rather than just trying to avoid it. Just be as present as possible. So so I mentioned obviously with the 2 sessions ago, we did the breathing space plus the body door, which was how you were feeling, then observing sensations and feeling sensitivity. Last week, we did the breathing space plus the thought door by mindfully observing the thoughts that accompany some of the meditations and learning to allow them to be with no expectations or limitations. And today, obviously, is the breathing space plus the action. So whereby you learn to mindfully undertake a specific action alongside your meditative state in order to help you to mindfully become more aware of your situation and to work alongside any seemingly negative situations that you might be encountering. So with that in mind, as we've got a little bit of time left, I hope it's fine for you. So we're just going to have one quick go at this breathing space ABC technique. So just bring to mind whichever difficulty it is you are experiencing. We'll start with the breathing space. So just ABC, just step with A. Just notice how your body is feeling. If there are any obvious tensions, to see if you can release them. Notice just as they are. Just no need to change or push them away. Just be fully aware of your body. And now just become aware of your emotions. Just how are you feeling right now? Just kindly noticing how you are feeling. And then just becoming mindful of your thoughts. Just what thoughts are coming into your head. And then maybe just putting them on clouds and watching them pass you by. Or putting them on an escalator and watching them move slowly up this stairway away from you. Just watching them come and go. Just when you're ready, just gather your attention to your breathing. Just where you can feel it. Just for a few short moments, kindly feeling each in and out breath. Just carefully looking after it like it looks after you. And smiling. Just smiling at it and smiling with it. And smiling now. Now consciously expanding your awareness to your whole body in the here and now. Just giving yourself permission to just rest and be with it for the last few short moments. In the beauty of this ever-present moment. Just resting your bodily sensations within yourself, within you, just observing everything. And now just asking yourself, how can I best take care of myself right now? And noticing what answers might come up for you. Just maybe a change of posture, maybe it's something you need to do, or any activity that gives you a sense of mastery. Just noticing what comes up for you today when you ask that question in your heart. How can I best take care of myself right now? And there we go. So I hope you have just enjoyed this last session. Here is your last bit of homework. I'm not sure if you've been doing, I hope you've been doing as much home practice as possible. So this will be the last bit of home practice that I set for you, because obviously next week you will be going out into the world, but I hope you will set yourself daily exercises for yourself in order to familiarize yourself as best you can with this marvelous lifestyle.